London is unique. The British capital, one of the world's great modern cities, is a place where you can travel the globe and immerse yourself in thousands of years of history without ever leaving the city. In London, you will quickly realize that the world is literally on your doorstep. It's no surprise that one of the world's most vibrant cities has plenty of stories to tell. No other city on the planet has as much global influence as London. Millions of people from all over the world visit London each year, whether they're tourists, business people, students, diplomats, or residents. In this video, we've compiled a list of the most unusual, surprising, fascinating, funny, and strange facts about London. The London Underground is the world's oldest underground system. The London Tube was the world's first underground rail network. Built in 1863, the Metropolitan Line was the first fully operational line. Every year, over 1 billion people use the tube. There are numerous fascinating facts about London related to the tube. Did you know that the two closest stations, Leicester Square and Covent Garden, are only 260 meters apart and take only 20 seconds to reach? Over half of London's underground network is above ground. So it should really be called the Overground, except that Overground already exists in London. We'll just keep calling it the Tube then. Big Ben is not the name of that iconic tower. True, Big Ben is not the name of that world-famous London tower. Since 2012, this world-famous landmark has been known as the Elizabeth Tower. It's not actually as rainy as you think in this city. The capital is well known for being a rainy city, except that it's not true at all. Despite its reputation for near-constant rain, London receives less rainfall per year than other popular destinations such as Miami, Sydney, and Rome, both in terms of volume and number of rainy days. The London Eye is the highest Ferris wheel in Europe. One of the most interesting facts about the London Eye is that it is 132 meters tall and has 32 oval capsules that can carry 800 people per rotation. On a clear day, the top offers views of up to 25 miles. It is London's most popular paid attraction, with over 3 million people riding it each year. London buses weren't always red. The red double-decker bus is one of London's most recognizable symbols. But did you know that these vehicles were not always red? Previously, each bus was a different color, representing the various routes. To stand out from the competition, the largest bus company, at the time London General Omnibus, decided to paint their buses bright red in 1907, and all London buses have been red ever since. The buses in London travel more than 300 million miles per year, which is roughly 12 times the circumference of the Earth. The City of London is the smallest in the UK. That's correct. The megacity known to most of us as London is actually known as Greater London, with the City of London constituting a small portion of this sprawling metropolis. It has the smallest population in England, with only 9123 people. Even though it falls under the jurisdiction of Greater London, the City of London retains a special status. The city has its own police force, mayor, and government. London is technically a forest. With nearly 40% of its area covered in green space or open water, London is regarded as one of the world's greenest major cities. London is classified as a forest based on the number of trees per square mile. It is the world's largest urban forest, with over 8 million trees. The most difficult job in London is becoming a black cab driver. Every candidate must pass a difficult geography exam known as the Knowledge. On the plus side, this means that every time you get into a black cab, you're riding with the best tour guide in town. London has hosted the Olympic Games 3 times. London is the first city in the world to have hosted the Olympics 3 times, in 1908, 1948, and 2012. Not only that, but the 1908 Olympics were the longest event in Olympic history, lasting 187 days. It also included events that do not exist today. In London, over 300 languages are spoken. We all know London is a very international city, but this shows just how much. Because of London's incredible diversity, it is estimated that over 300 languages are spoken there. London has a long and interesting history, so it's no surprise that there are many strange and interesting facts about the city that many people are unaware. This vibrant English capital is well worth a visit because it provides endless opportunities for all tourists, regardless of age. Welcome to Australia, a land of breathtaking natural beauty and endless adventure. From the vibrant cities to the rugged outback, there's something for everyone to explore in this incredible country. Australia, a land of contrasts, is one of the oddest and most unusual places on the planet, offering a unique and unforgettable experience for visitors. Some of these facts about Australia you may have heard before, but I'm sure there will be a few surprises. So, here are some interesting facts about Australia. Australia is the world's sixth largest country. Is the only nation in the world that occupies the whole continent. Australia is the smallest continent and the sixth biggest countries on the planet, located in the southern hemisphere between the Pacific and Indian Oceans. To visit one new Australian beach every day would take over 27 years. Australia has more than 10,000 beaches. That's a lot of sand and surf to explore. But let's say you're determined to visit one new beach every day. At that rate, it would take you over 27 years to visit them all. Sydney is one of the top 10 most expensive cities in the world. Sydney, the capital of New South Wales and one of the most iconic cities in Australia, has recently been listed in the top 10 of the world's most expensive cities. It's not surprising that Sydney has made it onto this list, as the city is known for its high cost of living. However, despite the high costs, Sydney remains a popular destination for tourists. The Great Barrier Reef is visible from space. That's right, the Great Barrier Reef is so vast and colorful that it can be seen from space. It's the world's largest coral reef system, stretching for over 2,300 kilometers along the coast of Queensland. The Great Barrier Reef is one of the most beautiful natural wonders of the world. Its coral reefs, turquoise waters, and sandy cays create a unique and stunning contrast with the surrounding blue ocean. Most Australians live along the shore. Australia is known for its vast coastline and beautiful beaches, and it's no surprise that many Australians choose to call these coastal regions home. In fact, it's estimated that over 85% of the country's population lives within 100 kilometers of the coast. The capital of Australia is Canberra. When it comes to the capital of Australia, many people assume that it is either Sydney or Melbourne. However, the true capital of Australia is actually Canberra. Canberra was chosen as the capital, after a long debate between Sydney and Melbourne over which city should hold the title. The government ultimately decided that a new city should be built, in order to avoid any bias towards either Sydney or Melbourne. Selfie was used for the first time in Australia. The term selfie is now frequently used, however it was originally used by an Australian in September 2002. Australia is the world's driest populated continent. Australia is known for its vast deserts and arid regions, making it the driest inhabited continent in the world. Several desert regions within the continent experience minimal rainfall, with certain areas receiving as little as 100 millimeters or less of rain annually. The roof of the Sydney Opera House has around 1 million tiles. The Sydney Opera House, located in the heart of Sydney, it is an architectural masterpiece that has become synonymous with the city. The building's most striking feature is its distinctive roof, which is made up of over 1 million white and cream-colored tiles. These tiles were specially made in Sweden and were shipped to Australia for the construction of the Opera House. More than 80% of animals in Australia are unique. Australia is known for its diverse and unique wildlife, and it's no secret that the country is home to many animals that cannot be found anywhere else in the world. Australia has a wide variety of unique animals. Many of these animals have evolved to survive in Australia's harsh environment and have developed unique adaptations to help them thrive. One of the most well-known unique animals in Australia is the kangaroo. This marsupial is found only in Australia and is known for its powerful legs, which allow it to jump great distances. These are just a few of the many interesting facts about Australia that many people may not be aware of. From its natural wonders to its unique culture and history, there is much to discover about this fascinating country. Australia is a nation unlike any other, with magnificent beaches and lush rainforests, as well as unusual fauna and friendly residents. If you are fortunate enough to visit this incredible location, you will undoubtedly make memories that will last a lifetime. When planning a trip to Australia, it's important to keep in mind that the country is quite large and it can take several hours to travel between destinations, so it's best to allow enough time to fully explore each region. Overall, Australia is a fantastic destination for those looking to experience unique landscapes, diverse cultures, and a laid-back way of life. Whether you're an adventure seeker, a beach lover, or a culture buff, Australia has something for everyone. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button to stay updated on our latest uploads.
Think you know everything about the City of Lights? We bet you don't. Paris is an extraordinary city, and it's no surprise that millions of travelers visit or move there each year. Known as the City of Light and the City of Love, its streets are brimming with culture and rich history at every turn. Whether you're waiting to see the Mona Lisa, capturing the perfect shot of the Eiffel Tower, hunting for the tastiest croissants, or simply strolling on Champs-Élysées, a trip to Paris is a must on everyone's bucket list. While it's often associated with romance, Paris is also full of quirky secrets that make it even more intriguing. Here are 10 fascinating facts about Paris that you probably didn't know. Number 10. The Eiffel Tower wasn't supposed to be a permanent fixture. The Eiffel Tower, now an iconic symbol of Paris, was originally intended to be a temporary structure. Designed by the engineer Gustave Eiffel for 1889, it was meant to celebrate the 100th anniversary of the French Revolution. However, the tower was only supposed to stand for 20 years. Many Parisians, including prominent artists and intellectuals, initially disliked the tower, criticizing its design as an eyesore. Over time, the Eiffel Tower became an indispensable part of Paris's identity, and public opinion shifted. Now, it's one of the most visited monuments in the world, admired for its design and historical significance. Number 9. Paris wasn't always known by its current name. In ancient times, the city was called Lutetia, named after the settlement established by the Parisi, a Celtic tribe that inhabited the area around the River Seine. This was during the Roman era, around the 1st century BCE. The name Paris began to emerge as the Roman influence waned and the settlement grew into a more significant urban center. By the 4th century CE, the city was referred to as Paris, in honor of the Parisi tribe. Over time, Paris evolved into the cultural, political, and intellectual heart of France, and the name became synonymous with the city's long-standing reputation for art, history, and influence. Number 8. The Louvre is big, very big. The Louvre is not just big, it's massive. As the largest art museum in the world, the Louvre spans a staggering 782,910 square feet of exhibition space. To give you a sense of scale, that's roughly the size of 280 tennis courts. Home to around 35,000 works of art, the museum's collection is so extensive that it would take you years to fully explore. In fact, if you spent just 30 seconds looking at each piece on display, it would take you approximately 35 days to see everything, assuming you never took a break. Originally built as a fortress in the late 12th century, The Louvre was transformed into a royal palace before becoming a public museum during the French Revolution in 1793. Given its size and collection, the Louvre isn't just a museum, it's an entire world of art and history. Number 7. Paris has its own Statue of Liberty. In fact, there are several smaller versions of the iconic statue in the city, with the most famous one located on the Île aux Cygnes, a small island in the Seine River. This statue, standing about 35 feet, 11 meters tall, was a gift from the American community in Paris to France in 1889, in celebration of the centennial of the French Revolution. It faces west, symbolically looking toward its larger counterpart in New York Harbor. This Parisian Statue of Liberty is one of several in the city, including a smaller one in the Jardin du Luxembourg and another at the Musée d'Orsay. Number 6. Pont Neuf is the oldest bridge. Despite its name, which translates to New Bridge, Pont Neuf is actually the oldest bridge still standing in Paris. At the time, it was revolutionary because it was the first bridge in Paris to be built without houses on it, offering clear views of the Seine River and surrounding landmarks. Pont Neuf was also innovative for having sidewalks, protecting pedestrians from the traffic of horses and carts. Today, it remains a symbol of Paris's enduring architectural heritage, and it's one of the best spots for a scenic stroll along the Seine, with stunning views of landmarks like the Louvre and Notre Dame Cathedral. Number 5. Sacré-Cœur Basilica. It's self-cleaning, sort of. The basilica, which sits atop the highest point in Paris on Montmartre Hill, was constructed from a type of stone known as travertine. This unique stone contains calcite, which reacts with water, especially rain, to continuously excrete a white substance that keeps the basilica looking pristine and luminous, despite pollution or weathering. So, no matter how much time passes or what the weather is like, the Sacré-Cœur always retains its gleaming white appearance, making it a striking landmark visible from many parts of the city. Number 4. There is no stop sign in the entire city. It's true, there are no stop signs in the entire city of Paris. Despite being one of the largest and most densely populated cities in Europe, you won't find a single stop sign on its streets. In fact, the last remaining stop sign was located in the 16th arrondissement at the exit of a construction company's driveway, but it was removed in 2016. Instead of relying on stop signs, Parisian drivers follow the priority to the right rule, where vehicles approaching from the right have the right of way at intersections unless otherwise indicated by traffic lights or road markings. This system may seem unusual to visitors, but it works surprisingly well, relying on the city's complex network of roundabouts and traffic lights to manage flow. Number 3. The Pantheon was originally intended to be a church but was transformed into a mausoleum for France's most revered citizens. Built between 1758 and 1790, it was commissioned by King Louis XV to honor Saint Genevieve, the patron saint of Paris, after he recovered from a serious illness. However, after the French Revolution, the National Assembly decided to turn it into a secular monument dedicated to the great men of the nation. Today, the Pantheon is the final resting place of some of France's most iconic figures, including Voltaire, Rousseau, Victor Hugo, Émile Zola, and Marie Curie. Its grand neoclassical design and majestic dome make it one of Paris's most striking landmarks, symbolizing the nation's commitment to liberty, knowledge, and the honoring of influential thinkers and leaders. Number 2. Moulin Rouge. It was the first electric building in Paris. When it opened in 1889, it featured an extravagant array of electric lights, which was a cutting-edge innovation at the time. The cabaret's iconic red windmill, its bright lights, and illuminated signage drew people in from all over the city, creating a glowing beacon of entertainment in the Pigalle district. This pioneering use of technology helped transform the Moulin Rouge into one of Paris's most iconic and celebrated nightlife destinations. The building's use of electricity marked a turning point in the city's development as Paris began embracing this new energy source, solidifying its reputation as the City of Lights. Number 1. The Eiffel Tower is not the most visited monument in Paris. Contrary to popular belief, the Eiffel Tower is not the most visited monument in Paris. The most visited monument in Paris is actually Notre Dame Cathedral, attracting around 12 million visitors annually before the 2019 fire. The Notre Dame has historical, religious, and architectural significance that appeals to a broad range of visitors. And, crucially, it is free to enter, making it accessible to more tourists. With Notre Dame's restoration ongoing, it's possible that when it reopens, it will continue to hold its place as the most visited monument in Paris.